I am someone who now understands what Andrew Cuomo felt like a few months before the election in leading this race. So I'm spending each and every day looking to earn the support of New Yorkers and not looking at these polls as permission to take this election for granted. This is one that we will earn, one that we will win every single day. And that is why we continue to campaign across the 5 boroughs.
So he appears to be the man of the moment. That's 33-year-old Zohran Mamdani running as a Democratic socialist for mayor. About 6 weeks away as of this past Tuesday. We did some Fox polling out in the 5 boroughs, and here is what we found as to how New Yorkers are feeling about this race. How are things going in the city? 62% among all New York City voters say they are not satisfied. Of that group, 61 Democrats, 70 are Republicans. But again, in New York, you're 7-1 Democrats to Republicans when it comes to registered voters across the city. Number one problem, crime. 25%. Then you get into cost of living, then affordable housing, which is something that Mamdani talks about a lot. That checked in about 7 points behind crime, 8 points at 17% in third place. What does that mean? I'm not quite sure, but we're going to bring in a big brain, Karl Rove, to tell you. Among the race, likely voters in our polling, Mamdani leads Cuomo by 18 points. But you got the Republican Curtis Lee with 11. You got Eric Adams far behind, single digits at 7%. This is kind of interesting now. What do you like about Mamdani? His policies in general, 20%. Remember, he talks a lot about affordability. But in our polling, affordability here is at 11% when it comes to those who like him, generally speaking. Why do you dislike him? Now, this is going to be the debate now. 28%. That's the highest number in our polling. They do not like the fact that he has, in their view, communist views and policies and describes himself as a socialist. Then you get into the position of Israel, et cetera, and then these unrealistic policies checking down in single digits at number 8. All right? What's your opinion of capitalism and socialism? This is going to be debated, whether he wins or not. This is going to be on the table now, okay? Favorable view of New Yorkers of capitalism now, 48%. Socialism, unfavorable at 44%. I see a mixed bag of information and data in this, and I don't know what Karl thinks, but I'll bring him in right now. And if you were to tell me that he won so overwhelmingly in that Democratic primary in June, and then showed this data, I don't know if they necessarily align, Karl. How do you see it?
Well, they don't. Let's go to the whiteboard. 5.4 million voters registered in the city of New York. 1.1 million, basically 20%, voted in the Democratic primary. Mamdani on the first ballot got 470,000 votes. And remember, they have ranked choice voting, so they take the lesser candidates to find out who their second choice is. And on the third round of that, he got 573,000 votes. In other words, 10.6% of the city's registered voters made him the nominee of the Democratic Party, and with that, the front runner for the mayoral race this fall. But he is a candidate of change. What I looked at that poll, I said, boy, Eric Adams is a disaster. He has created a strong desire for change. Mamdani sort of caught that wave, but again, he won basically 1 out of every 9 voters voted for him. That means that 8 out of 9 didn't, and so he's smart to realize that this race, if he did not have such a flawed opponent in the form of the former governor of the state, this could be a real horse race. I still think he wins, but he's smart not to take it for granted because his base is relatively weak, given the fact that he won with basically 1 out of every 9 voters in the city.
Scott Bessent, who is the Treasury Secretary, was on Mornings with Maria. He was sounding the alarm about Mamdani. Watch.
I guarantee you, and there are not a lot of things in life that are sure, that New York City will be coming to the federal government for a bailout if the Mamdani plans are implemented.
And are you going to give him that bailout?
It will be the same thing that Gerald Ford said. Drop dead.
Oh, okay, there's that. But Karl, Hammer and I were having a little discussion earlier. It's not like the candidates running against Mamdani are giving us anything to work with. Like, you barely see them. They're not making headlines. They're not even, it's like they're not even trying.
Yeah. Well, look, again, the principal opponent to him would be Cuomo. Cuomo's a flawed candidate. And Mamdani is the media darling, and he is particularly adept at social media. He's likely to win. The problem is going to be that the expectations for change are going to be so high, and the only way to do that is to basically take a lot more money out of the people who've got money in New York, and they got the ability to leave. So I think the Secretary of Treasury is right. You execute his plan, and the city is going to be in economic difficulty. Albany, the state government ain't going to pick it up, and the federal government ain't going to pick it up. And the people who could pay for the government of the city of New York, many of them are going to be decamping to other parts of the country. And in the meantime, this is going to be a big face of the Democratic Party going into the 2026 midterm elections. Just like Gene Kirkpatrick stood up at the 1984 Republican Convention and denounced San Francisco Democrats, Republicans, and everybody knew what we were talking about, people are going to be able, if he wins, to get up and say in places all across the country, this is where the Democratic Party is going. Do you want to go there? And the failed policies of big city Democratic mayors caused Los Angeles to have a Republican mayor for 8 years, and it caused the city of New York to have a Republican mayor for, what was it, 16 or 20? I mean, this is a real problem for the Democrats.
Well, we know a big part of his campaign is to raise taxes, but that doesn't come out of New York. It comes out of the Capitol in Albany, New York.
Right.
And our polling, you know, the voters here in New York think you raise the taxes more, you're going to cause more people, more businesses to leave. And all that started in 2020 with COVID 5 years ago. And maybe they can put a tourniquet on it. Maybe.
That's a great
Wouldn't you hate to be an upstate Democrat legislator having to vote yes or no on allowing the city of New York to tax its citizens more? That ain't going to be a friendly. That ain't going to be a fun vote to cast.
I tell you, the governor has said that she's not going for that. But I tell you what, Carl, you just wait and see what kind of pressure. If he wins, see what kind of pressure goes on her. Thank you, sir. Plenty of time to talk about that over the next month. Thank you, Carl.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.